Welcome back, 5 Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. With 2 toddlers and a baby being now fully operational, life has basically accelerated to a, let's say, brisk pace. But every now and then, the stars align and I get to get some alone time and cast some OpenRA, which is exactly what we're doing right now. Diving right in, back into RAGL. The season is has obviously ended ages ago, since my backlog is still present, but we are going to take a look at some of those games in retrospect. So this is an RAGL retrospective, if you will. And this should be a fairly even skill matchup, so I'm really excited for this. It also, this map sports at Tylera, not like this. So the church has been placed after the tree, which means that this is just an HC Escher type of thing going on here with that church. Anyway, we've got ourselves Unano, aka Ultralord, Upps, aka Ultralord, going up against the very defensive forces of Milkman, who's probably having a bit of PTSD after getting a shellacking from Blackened last time. Alrighty, 2 Grens on the flank. This is a cool move. Okay, the rifle scout from Milkman got picked off, but fortunately Milkman is pretty much unfazed for now. He's just happy building his army back up, building his army up in base. Oh, that's so smart. Yunana, Upps, you're a monster. Oh, but Milkman is not falling for it. He's guarding his power plant specifically. Yeah. Okay, he's not taking the bait at all. He is sending rifle squads to pretty much every single power plant. That is so smart. So these Grens are going to get intercepted, no problem. It's not the greatest of investments. Yeah! Oh, Milkman is also German. Didn't know about that. Cool. We've just been back from a short shopping trip to Germany, which is kind of crazy. Austria right now has one of the highest inflation rates in the entirety of Europe, and it also, crucially, has some of the highest food prices. And yeah, we've basically got like a duopoly going on with two of the biggest trading brands owning everything, and as a result, our food prices are insane. So we go over to shop now that we're in a family of 5 close by in Germany, and couldn't be, the difference is stark, let's just put it that way. So good on them, they're doing something right there. Yeah, also doing something right is Milkman, because he is scouting the perimeter. He's not letting Upps get anywhere close by. Oh, round 2 for Upps. This is an APC stack loaded to the brim, stacked with rockets. The thing is, this is really cool for mind games, because your opponent doesn't know, is there anything inside that APC? Is that cheese? Is it just a regular scouting vehicle? It's never quite clear. Light tank got picked off there. Never use a light tank to scout. They've got terrible line of sight. They've got basically the vision cone of a mole. So that is highly ill-advised. Milkman losing his first tank. I mean, it's a wind-up toy, but you get the idea. As a result, he's going to be quite behind, I guess. No! Did he go for early eco-scaling? Huh. I mean, the APC does set you back a little bit, because the APC is 850. Not exactly a steal, but it is still very, very efficient. Milkman doesn't know about this yet. Okay, never mind. Yep, he figured it out. That is OpenRA gamer sense prevailing. I love how those mind games are being played out. However, all the rockets are basically congregating in one cell, so if he gets a lucky crush, there's an extra one here. But we've seen some lucky crushes from Upps. I still remember the great roadkill, the great flattening of 2024, a couple matches back. I don't know against whom it was. No, it was Angie. It was someone who wore the color pink. Yeah, probably not Upps, but Angie. And the MCV already moving out for Upps. What's the timing here? Okay. No, the timings are relatively similar. The first tank obviously being a bit earlier for the allies, as is always the case, because the medium costs 850, I believe, versus the 1150 of the heavy tank. Macro refinery being deployed, so Milkman playing it very fast and loose with the expansions. He probably wants to snake walk down to the southern perimeter here. Yep, that's perfectly within build radius for both the refineries. That's a really good position. So you basically only need one MCV movement to make this map wide. Problem is, if you have a wide front, it's really hard to defend. Oh, the MCV movement is gonna get scouted by the rifle, I guess. Nope, just barely not. Oh, never mind. He took a couple pot shots there. That is gonna be an aggressive line. Milkman, ooh. Not exactly going milk toast here. The rifle starting to poke away at the Conyard. Oh, what Milkman is doing here is so smart. He's setting up an ambush. He's only sending one rifle infantry to clear the dandruff here. So his actual army positioning is not revealed. However, the tank sledgehammer, the dual heavy tank sledgehammer is coming. I don't like the positioning. Oh, Milkman repositioning here. Good. That was very smart. He's also having a lot of boys back home. He's, I think, alternating between primary build queues. So as a result, oh, Upps is going deep. Alright, pushing deep with the MCV. He is also going to get revealed by rifle scouts. Look at how important this is. Oh, he could actually block deployment. This is so good for Milkman. He immediately knows what's going on. He had a heads up here. He still needs to contest with a massive wave of Soviet forces, combined forces though. That is going to be a tough ask. I think Milkman must start microing his pillboxes, because right now the pills ain't doing all that much. However, half the army from Upps is not firing. Wait, driving a wedge in between himself and the army. I think his own buildings blocked him there. That was a terrible play for Upps. The Grenadiers! Grenadiers are onto the war factory. They are taking it down low, but yeah, nothing happening because he reacted in time. And the Harvesters didn't die because there's only one rocket in this block, so not exactly the scariest of armies. This has been a disaster for Upps. A complete wipe here. So as a result, there's this 5k lead now, plus a massive army swing. Restart jet tanks. Oh, the service depot got grenaded. That's the problem. Okay, so the Grenadiers did not exactly do nothing. The Grenadiers accomplished to snipe the managed to snipe the service depot. Okay, good on them. Harvester gets away. So, well, it's the little things that count in life here. But a massive army is out for Milkman, and he's sending his secondary onto the main as well, so Upps is best advised to defend here. Yeah, Milkman has light tanks though. He knows that this attack is coming. Wipe the main, yeah. Bring us the girl, wipe away the main. Upps is really good at sending his harvesters back. I'm gonna hand it to the man who's not losing any harvesters for nothing. The army completely split up, but should still be enough for Milkman to prevail, and he's got the double prong. He is going to be wiping the army, the base clean here. There's only going to be leftovers, if that even. Yeah, this should be it. He defended on the northern front. And Upps has nothing going for him anymore. Really solid play from Milkman. This should be an assault move right now, onto the service depot. And the Conyard, yeah. Base infrastructure being dismantled. The light tanks, they're pelting away at the old truck. They're gonna lose to two, the flattening part 2. Electric Boogaloo. Here they can't dodge. This could be, you can't access the cell. Okay, that's why the light tanks all died without crushing. You cannot target a cell with one of the with the tree stump. Or with the stem of the tree. You cannot move into the cell with vehicles, it is blocked. And you don't move it. Oh wow, Upps has somehow gotten an army out again. So, I mean at least 3 tanks, if not nothing. It ain't much, but it's honest work. A lot of harvesters siphoning off of 1 refinery for now. Ooh, there's only 2 refineries left. Still has 8 harvesters though. So Upps is bleeding money because right now he's not really on any type of income, but he's about to restart his econ. So many low harvesters, jeez, but they're all gonna heal up. Let's do, yeah, eco count is 8 and 8, so the econ is actually even. But the assets are firmly in the favor of Milkman, who could now also start pushing into the base with an MCV. I think that would be a prudent choice. For now, he's not yet doing it. We're at 11 minutes and this game is still somewhat open. I just feel like Upps has got a distinct advantage with his army. And eventually he's going to translate that into a big push. He's also playing the left-right game very well. Flame Tower versus Medium Tank, match of the ages. I mean, the Medium Tank does win if you take the rocket soldiers out of the equation, but it is actually fairly close because the Flame Tower is quite potent. Oh, infantry running in head first against the Pill Mill. Yeah, you're not gonna get very far here. As bursty as the heavy tanks are, they did not manage to breach, and I think they should spell the end, the beginning of the end at least. Yeah. Oh, 1 more harvester went down here, so we're down to 7. And I think this should clue in Milkman has to clean up the main base. Main base has nothing left except a lonesome service depot. Firing squad is going to deal with that. Yeah, Milkman is going to scout basically all the expansions, see that there is nothing really to worry about. He's not facing a resistance. There is 1 army here. MCV moving north, I think he wants to reclaim this base. Army on the flank, that is a lot of rockets. Jeez! That isn't... oh, good lord. That is more rockets than Times Square on New Year's Eve. Jeez! MCV is indeed... oh, it was trapped for just a second. But it did manage to soak a lot of damage there. Jeez! The Harvester's also doing a really good job here. Man, that was a cost-efficient trade. Yeah, Milkman is wondering what's going on here. If he snipes the service depot though, he should be in a great spot. Upps is holding super well because he's finding those little wins in those small skirmishes. Milkman is floating like a madman, but Upps is now down to 5 harvesters. There is also now finally no more service depot. So this means that the production is gonna get stifled. Rockets are escaping for the time being. I like that. He's sacking the tank. Upps immediately retaken the base though. He's sacking the tank and just sending his rockets down to the bottom to get a surprise ambush in at some point. Artillery transition. There's the tier 2. Here we are. Some light tanks in the mix still, you know, just a healthy mix of all tiers. We here don't discriminate. We love units of all tiers. Oh, Black Hawk in the air. No Black Hawk down this time around because there is no anti-air and no cache. Ooh, that crushes. No cache for any flak track transition either. No space in the army as well, because if you go in flak tracks at this stage of the game, you are just asking to lose because you just lack a front line. That is probably the last death throws here for Upps in game 1. Last valiant attempt, great line of battle being set up except the tanks are on the wrong side of it. But hey, Black Hawk down, that's the first one. Attack move is coming in. Yeah, the good old Black Hawk micro. Alright. And with that, I think Upps is gonna call it relatively momentarily. MCV being spotted, but not yet assaulted. Oh, nice. Now the rockets are back, and they're gonna eat harvesters for breakfast. MCV chasing after the MCV, you know, just casual OpenRA things. And a frontline war factory. Okay. That surely is gonna spell the end of the game. Upps is still just trying so hard. You know, let's keep it with Linkin Park. He tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it didn't even matter. We're gonna be back with game 2 that was really competitive. Well played.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Right, the Ultralord is back. The Duel of the Germans has commenced. And with that, we are diving straight into the game. There is the German-Russian forces for Milkman. And the faction pick for Ultralord is France. Upps is actually going for France a hell of a lot of the time. Is it the OpenRA algorithm bias? I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But, yeah. Speaking of algorithm, we just had a couple plagiarism scandals at our school that was super interesting. Students are now using ChatGPT willy-nilly, but you know, my clientele are 16-year-olds. So 16-year-olds are not exactly known for their wisdom. They've got the smarts to use ChatGPT, but they don't have the wisdom to accurately mask it. So it is blatantly obvious, and we've had some hilarious cases where, if you've heard about AI hallucination, it is basically the case where the algorithm just basically a ChatGPT doesn't really know what the meaning of words of a word is. It rather just assigns a value to it and just checks out the text what the likelihood is of that word appearing next, and it just weighs them against each other, and the word with the highest weighting just gets thrown into the text. And sometimes that leads to hallucinations, where the AI just straight up makes things up. And there was basically an entire scientific body of work that was made up, completely made up in one of the students' works. All their sources made up. From authors who didn't exist, made from books that didn't exist, who wrote books that didn't exist, and scientific papers that didn't exist, and that was hilarious. Grilling the student afterwards and just trying to find out what was going on in his head, and asking him about his sources, and it's like, yeah, I found this book, I found it in the attic of my grandpa. Oh, but the book was written in 2020. Yeah, we just cleaned up the attic 2 years ago, but I can't show you that book anymore because it inexplicably got lost. So where did it get lost? Oh, it got destroyed in a house fire. That was one of the most stupid cases of cheating I've seen in a long time. Anyway, we're back in the game. Ultralord, standard build here so far, double refinery. And the map, by the way, is Timian V2. The map that has this little no-go zone in the middle. Tends to be slightly popular nowadays, I feel, with the map makers. Just throwing a couple of explosive barrels in there. And admittedly, it just is a lot of fun nowadays because the explosions get buffed. Oh, I also got news from Blackened, whom I'm very thankful for because he shares some replays with me, and he informed me. Oh, there he is. Oh, smart. Milkman going for an order snipe. It's a cheap and easy way of sending your opponent back. Yeah, freebies. Cool. Anyway, Blackened has informed me, and that's super cool. The second half of the season was played on the new patch. Now, the new patch does feature something that has been long in the making, and that is the long overdue naval balance patch. So basically, some of the most important changes are that now Navy gets their own armor type, steel armor, which is apparently a bit better than light in most respects. And I've also read that he wrote me that missiles the sub torpedoes no longer track. And yeah, some nifty changes that may just end up making things more interesting in terms of naval gameplay. We're gonna see how it plays out, and Blacken has promised me that there are some games featured in our AGL that do feature naval combat, so I'm gonna just cast all Admiral Mo games just to be sure. Well, taking off one rocket, not too bad. APC's out now. Just a little poke and prod with a relative. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. That is a Tesla tank rush. And I absolutely adore it. I can absolutely commend that. I'm highly approving of that. Wait, no, it's going V2s, huh? Why do you have to go for tier 2, tier 3 if you're going for V2s? I don't know what the actual idea here is. That is not just 1,500 credits sitting around here doing check squat. Oh, never mind. Tesla tank is out. Ah, there's the Tesla coil. Okay, so it just wanted 1v2 for pressure, I guess. This is, you know, as per usual, as is customary with tech rushes, this is gonna go one of two ways. This is gonna fail miserably, or it is gonna absolutely blow through the opposition. Okay, he has spotted the army. So oh! Good opening shot. Just pull back the V2. You've got the advantage. Oh no. Tesla tank has been revealed. And there is a base push. Oh no. It could have been so good. Man, it could have been absolutely stellar. But with that little bit of indecisiveness, him losing the V2 basically for nothing, it got a good shot in, but it didn't achieve what it was set out to do. Tesla tanks should now be active, because there is right now no counter. Tesla tanks are self-sufficient, they've got great line of sight, they've got great mobility, and they're good at kiting. That's exactly what they're born to do. So they should be poking away at this army, but he's doing the wrong thing. He's just trying to get to a death ball of Teslas. Problem is, yeah, this happens. MCV is gonna get sniffed at. No! Just don't overcommit, my friend. What are you doing? Milkman, you've got one army. How on earth did you manage to lose your Tesla tank there? There's an eye curtain already. Good grief. So the counter to this are light tanks in masses, because they're cheap, ubiquitous, and they can close the gap relatively reliably. And I fear there's just forces overwhelming. The only thing that's funny is the mechanic in the mix, because there are no husks to reclaim at all. Man, Milkman had the right idea, but the execution was just botched. Oh, Tesla tanks are going in, not connecting. Oh, this is painful. This is just a 50 Shades of Grey type of painful. Man, he had such a great game plan, but it wasn't meant to be. Never was. And as a result, Upps gets to equalize the scoreline here. That is a 1-1, and I highly respect that tech play. Yeah, awesome game. Awesome game 1, really competitive. Game number 2, just a failure in execution for Milkman. The idea was there, he had his heart in the right place. His heart jump starts to the right place, but it wasn't meant to be. So, as a result, those players will go their separate ways after the 1-1 equalizer. Good hustle, good games. Thank you for watching, I'll see you next time. 5 Aces, out.
Battle control terminated.